Hey party peeps, MangaMan here once again. It is 12:25 and I thought I would, I don't know, I just kind of felt like talking to you about the anime that came out in January 2012, but that unfortunately won't be on the actual anime 2012 review. But the reason why I'm doing it for this year is because, unlike the previous 2 years, there have been a lot of good anime that have come out this year. Surprisingly so. So I'm going to talk about a few anime that I stuck with, and I might even bring up during the actual review itself. But here are some of the anime that I've been looking at that are not going to be on the anime of 2012, but I think that deserve to be talked about. And the first anime I'm going to talk about is Brave 10. Now, this is one of the animes that I stuck with for a relatively long time. I think I stuck with it until episode 7, and then I kind of lost interest. Brave 10 is an interesting anime because at one point, because it kind of feels like it's a reverse harem anime, but it's not. Then again, I've never seen a reverse harem anime before. And no, I have not seen Orain High School, although a lot of people told me that I should check that out, and who knows, maybe I will. Also, but Brave 10 is a very well done anime series. The animation style is very nice and crisp. Each character is defined great and has very nice characteristics and very in depth characters, I think. And very likable, too. That's also very important. And yeah, and the thing is why I think it's kind of a reverse harem anime because there is only two girls and there is a bunch of guys. Now, there have been like Dragon Ball Z, there's been a lot more dicks than there are pussies. But for that one it felt like it was for boys. This series Brave 10 kind of feels like it's a little bit more for girls because for one all the guys are very pretty looking. Now I'm not saying pretty as in shoujo pretty. I'm saying pretty as in shonen pretty. I know that doesn't really make much sense, but hear me out. Shoujo pretty is where the guys look exactly like the girls. Like there's almost no comparison between the two except that the girls might have a slight bump where their breasts are. But other than that, there's like no distinguishing features between a shoujo guy and a shoujo girl. Now, when I say shonen pretty, I mean that it is drawn in that shonen style, but it's a lot more, mm, a little bit more effeminate. Not shoujo effeminate, but shonen effeminate. I know that kind of sounds weird. But yeah, let me just read a little bit of Brave 10 here on the summary. The story takes place during the Warring States period, approximately a year before the Battle of Shikagarahara. Again, I cannot speak Japanese for the life of me. Kiragakura Saizo, a Iga ninja in search of his life's path, comes across Iz- Izanami. Blech. It is late. An Izuno shrine maiden being attacked by assassins. And it just kind of and the series kind of goes on from there about what's his name, the guy, about Saizo and Izanami. But yeah, the reason why I kind of got out of the series is now, don't take this the wrong way, but there is one guy, and I'm looking at you, pink haired, sickle person, that is really starting to, like, come out of the closet, you could say. And I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. I think he is seriously starting to come around to the realization that he might be gay. And I don't know. I just, there was like so many other good anime that I just, I don't know. Brave 10 is a good series, but it's just not the one for me. Well, let's move on to the next. Wait, how many minutes did that take? 5 minutes. Oh boy. Well, let's move on to another anime. And when I say another anime, I mean another. The anime. I know, it's kind of weird. Another is a horror. Another is a horror school life anime. I know, the horror. Ah. But it's actually pretty well done. You could say that it draws a lot of its inspiration from a lot of horror classic like masters, like Stephen King. Who's the guy that did the Cthulhu stuff? H.R. Geiger? Is that him? I don't remember. But yeah, basically with another, the series poses the series is a very interesting and well done ghost story. Back in let me read the summary here. 36 years ago, in a third year class of a middle school, there was a student named Misaki. As an honest student who was also good at sports, the charming girl was popular with her classmates. When she suddenly died, her classmates decided to carry on as if she was still alive until graduation. Then, in the spring of 1998, a boy named Sakibara Koichi transfers to that classroom, and he grows suspicious of the fearful atmosphere in that classroom. In particular, there is a beautiful, aloof girl named Mei Misaki who wears an eye patch and is always alone drawing pictures. Basically, basically, when the 26 years ago, in 1985, when those students had said that she's not dead, she's right there. Can't you see her? Okay. Spoiler alert here. They unwittingly opened up an opportunity for the dead to enter into the classroom. Because of this, there has been a curse in class. There's been a curse in class 3, in which throughout the entire year, people die off one by one. It's not always the students. It could be their family members, anybody close to them. They die off one by one. And for the longest time, the school and the students have been trying to figure out how to stop this phenomenon from happening. But then they finally came up with a solution. If they deny the existence of one of their own, the spirit is then, it appears to appease the spirit, and the death toll is severely lessened, if not entirely depleted. However, it's a very fickle spirit. So it's a very well done, it's a very well done ghost story, I think, but it kind of has a little bit of a problem to it. The problem being that it kind of gets to be a little like predictable. Like you get to feel like the kind of formula that it gets to be formed in. It's like the episode begins. They start to like uncover a new clue as to the secret of the curse of Class 3, and then at the end of the episode, one of them or more dies, and then it just kind of repeats after that. After the secret about the curse, like like about the curse, not like what the curse is, but about the curse. Once that is revealed, it basically follows this format of like, we're getting a little bit closer to discovering the secret of how to stop this curse, and then, oh no, another person dies that was inconsequential or we knew very little about. And honestly, some of the deaths are a little comical. Like the very first death in the series, again, spoiler alert, the very first death in the series is is a girl that is running in the hallway, and she's going on the stairs. She has an umbrella that has an unbelievably sharp point at the end to it, and you can probably see where this is going. She trips, the umbrella falls from her hand, it lands perfectly in the position that she impales herself through the neck. First of all, what kind of umbrella manufacturer has an umbrella point that's that sharp unless it's being custom made for the penguin? I mean, it's just a little bit ridiculous. But not all the death scenes are like that. I mean, some of them are kind of like, you don't think that it's the curse. I mean, it could be just, all these deaths are like extenuating circumstances. Like, you can't really pin it down on the curse, but you have to assume that it's the curse. But it could be seen as a series of unfortunate accidents, or a series of unfortunate events. But yeah, it's also one of the anime series that I'm still watching. It's 10 episodes now. I just got done watching Glass Eye, which was pretty good, very chilling. A new, very important part of the mystery has been revealed, which I'm not going to reveal. I've already talked a lot already. Let's see, 11 minutes, 30 seconds. Let's see, is there... Well, let me talk next about Black Rock Shooter for a quick while before I hit the 15-minute mark and it automatically shuts off. Black Rock Shooter is a very interesting anime series because was drawn to it from a comment that was posted on the preview of 2012, where a person asked that I take a look at Black Rock Shooter. And even though it came out in February, I was like, well, you know, in 2010 I took a look at an anime in February, and I thought that it was awesome, so I checked it out, and I was very pleasantly surprised. It is a very well done story. And it's a very important one because it doesn't deviate. It doesn't do the whole filler bullshit thing. It's a straight line through like each parts of the story, and it's very engaging. Very engaging, I feel. Now again, spoiler alert here. I'm gonna talk a little bit about it. Basically, the concept of Black Rock Shooter of, what if there was another world? What if there was another you that took the burden of all your sorrow, all your anxieties, all your sadness, and burdened all of it while fighting in Mortal Kombat against other entities, against other girls that are the source of your depression, per se. And when one of these girls is killed in the alternate world, then the girl in the real world is relieved of all of her stress and all of her burden. But at the same time, she forgets all the people that she had been associated with and kind of starts anew. It's a very interesting concept, and one that I am very enjoying is how they are going about and exploring it. Very nice, very well done. Apparently there was a series before it. Definitely check that out. Also, I think it has one of the best anime villains. If it weren't for the fact that they try to play her off as that, oh, she had to do this, otherwise it would be yada yada yada. Oh, come on, can't she just be an awesome villain? Because she was like so, oh, she was like one of those villains, like passive aggressive villain. It was like so interesting. I really enjoyed it. Well, anyways, this is all I'm gonna talk about for now. If you want me to like talk about some of the other anime that have come out, that I'm not gonna be talking about in the anime 2012, please let me know, and maybe I'll do another one of these videos. But until then, this is the Manga Man signing off, and should probably get to bed.